Round 1 taught Team Urameshi that the Dark Tournament doesn't care about your heart. Round 2 is about to teach them something worse. Sometimes the enemy standing in front of you is not your enemy at all, and you still have to fight them. Welcome back to Galaxybreyne. This is Blood, Neon, and Spirit Energy, Part 2. The Dark Tournament's second round. And this is where the tournament stops testing strength and starts testing conscience. Team Urameshi versus the Dr. Ichigaki Team. 3-on-3. Battle Royale format. On paper, the odds favor Urameshi. In reality, the odds favor no one, because this fight was designed by a man who doesn't believe in fair combat. He believes in control. Before the fight even begins, the tournament committee rigs the board. Kurama and Hiei are actively delayed outside the arena by lesser Ichigaki operatives and the cyborg Gadasubal. Two of Team Urameshi's most tactically gifted fighters, the strategist and the executioner, are surgically removed from the equation. What's left is a 3-on-3 battle royale between Yusuke, Kuwabara, and the masked fighter against a team of weaponized human puppets. No tactical support, no Kurama calculating 3 moves ahead, no Hiei ending the fight in a single strike. This is not an accident, this is architecture, and the architect is watching from the sidelines. Yusuke Urameshi enters round 2 running on fumes. The knife-edge deathmatch against Chu in round 1 was won through pure will, but that will came at a mechanical cost. His Reiki reserves are critically depleted. The Spirit Gun barrage that cancelled Chu's Ogre Boulders drained his primary offensive capability entirely. Spirit Gun is offline. His current arsenal is restricted to close-quarters brawler tactics. No ranged capability, no signature technique. He is a fighter whose most dangerous weapon is an empty chamber, walking into a battle royale against 3 opponents who can attack from angles he cannot cover alone. The Dark Tournament doesn't give you time to recover, it gives you the next fight. Kuwabara enters the ring carrying damage from round 1, but the physical injuries from Rinku aren't the problem. The problem is something far more destabilizing. His spirit awareness, the same heightened psychic sensitivity that makes him valuable to the team, is now working against him. The moment he steps into the arena, he begins receiving uncontrollable premonitions regarding the 3 fighters standing across from him, M1, M2, M3, and their diseased master. Kuwabara can feel that something is fundamentally wrong with these opponents. They are suffering. They are not fighting by choice. His empathy is telling him everything his fists don't want to hear. This creates a critical vulnerability in a deathmatch scenario. Hesitation. In a format where 3 opponents are moving in coordinated attack patterns, a fighter who hesitates, even for a fraction of a second, gets dismantled. Dr. Ichigaki is not a fighter, he is a scientist, and that distinction matters. His motivation is singular and to secure the ultimate biological weapons through unethical human experimentation. His methodology is deceit and manipulation. He secretly poisoned Master Mitamura, the beloved teacher of 3 elite martial arts students, and then offered them a Faustian bargain. Submit to his experimentation and he will cure their master. They agreed, because what student wouldn't sacrifice everything for the person who taught them everything? Ichigaki does not enter the arena. His combat role is observational oversight and remote asset manipulation. He watches from the sidelines, adjusting his weapons in real time, while the audience watches 3 innocent men fight against their will. This is the Dark Tournament at its most morally repulsive. The villain is not in the ring, the victims are. The mechanism of control is a neural cluster implanted directly onto the spinal column, the Bloodslayer node. Function 1. Complete suppression of the host's free will and moral center. The students cannot choose to stop fighting. They cannot choose to resist. They are aware of what their bodies are doing, and they cannot stop it. Function 2. Artificial injection of demon energy to hyper-boost physical combat data. Their output is enhanced far beyond what their natural bodies should be capable of producing. The result is flawlessly synchronized, emotionless killing machines that cannot be reasoned with or intimidated. You cannot talk them down. You cannot appeal to the people trapped inside. The hardware will not allow it. Free will suppressed. Combat output maximized. The perfect weapon, if you have no conscience. The Bloodslayer nodes don't just control the 3 students independently. They link their combat processing into a single, flawless hive mind. Each fighter covers the weaknesses of the others, creating a tactical formation that no individual fighter can counter alone. M1 N Mid-Range Specialist. Weapon designation, Angel Chakrams. Ring-shaped projectiles with guided return trajectories. He controls the space between close and long range, forcing opponents into kill zones. M2 Ryo. Long-range precision. Weapon designation, Invisible Spirit Javelins. Aura-based projectiles that are entirely invisible to the naked eye. You do not see them coming, you feel them arrive. M3 Kai. Close Quarters Brutality. Weapon designation, Hound Claw. Raw physical destruction at point-blank range. If you survive the chakrams and dodge the javelins, Kai is waiting. 3 rolls, 3 kill ranges. 0 gaps in coverage. This is not a team, it is a weapons platform. The early stages of the bout are defined by a critical mismatch that Team Urameshi is not prepared for. Team Urameshi utilizes unrefined brawler energy. It is raw, it is highly visible, and it is largely inefficient. When Yusuke throws a punch charged with spirit energy, everyone in the stadium can see it coming. The Mitamura Triad utilizes refined martial arts aura. Condensed, razor-sharp, and entirely invisible to the naked eye of exhausted fighters. Their attacks land before Yusuke and Kuwabara even register the threat vectors. This is not a power gap, it is a visibility gap. Team Urameshi is fighting opponents they functionally cannot see attacking. Yusuke and Kuwabara suffer heavy damage from unseen vectors while burning energy trying to locate threats that have already moved. The asymmetry of this matchup is staggering when you lay it out side by side. Combat motivation. Team Urameshi fights for survival and empathy. The Ichigaki team fights under absolute mind control. One side has emotional investment, the other side has none, and that is both their advantage and their tragedy. Operational status. Team Urameshi enters exhausted and distracted, carrying damage from round 1, psychic interference from Kuwabara's premonitions, and depleted reserves. The Ichigaki team enters chemically enhanced and rested. Fresh hardware, full energy injection, energy signature. Team Urameshi uses highly visible brawler aura. The Ichigaki team uses invisible refined aura. One side broadcasts every attack, the other side is a ghost. Win condition. Team Urameshi needs to defeat the enemy. The Ichigaki team is programmed to assassinate and destroy. One side wants to win, the other side is incapable of wanting anything. The 3-on-3 Battle Royale format was not a coincidence, it was a trap. Yusuke and Kuwabara rely on individual grit and one-on-one brawling instincts. That is their DNA. Separate your opponent, outfight them, outlast them. It is the only combat language they speak. The brainwashed triad does not fight one-on-one. They execute perfect, overlapping offensive zones. En's chakrams funnel the target. Ryo's invisible javelins herd them. Kai closes for the kill. Every engagement is a 3-body problem that 2 brawlers cannot solve with instinct alone. Team Urameshi is systematically isolated and picked apart by invisible strikes. The melee format, which should favor the team with more heart, instead favors the team with more coordination. And coordination in this case is not teamwork, it is programming. The turning point does not come from a power-up, it comes from a change in objective. Yusuke attempts to force a win through blunt force destruction. He tries to overwhelm the triad with raw physicality, but the masked fighter intercepts his attack. Not the enemy's attack, his. She recognizes what Kuwabara's premonitions have been screaming from the beginning. That blunt force is the wrong tool for a surgical problem. These are not enemies, they are hostages. And the objective is not to destroy the opponents, it is to liberate them. The win condition shifts. Team Urameshi is no longer fighting to defeat 3 warriors. They are fighting to save 3 students. The masked fighter, Genkai, utilizes a technique that Yusuke's destructive approach could never achieve. The Spirit Wave, Raikuden. Unlike Yusuke's blunt force Spirit Gun, the Spirit Wave carries purification properties. It is restorative energy weaponized for precision surgery. Phase 1. Target acquisition. Identifying the neural link of the Bloodslayer nodes on each host's spine. Not the fighter, the hardware. Phase 2. Energy channeling. Flooding the host with restorative Spirit Wave energy. Not destructive energy, restorative. The exact opposite of what every other fighter in this tournament would use. Phase 3. Surgical Shatter. Destroying the parasitic hardware without inflicting lethal damage to the human hosts. The nodes are shattered, the students are freed, the weapon is decommissioned without killing the platform it was built on. This is the most tactically sophisticated moment in the entire Dark Tournament so far. Not because of its power, because of its restraint. By shattering the nodes, the masked fighter instantly severs the artificial demon energy, keeping M2 and M3 upright. The triad collapses simultaneously from accumulated fatigue and the shock of system withdrawal. Without the Bloodslayer nodes injecting combat stimulants, their bodies revert to their natural state, exhausted, battered, human. They cannot stand. Not because they were beaten, because they were finally released. Koto, the referee, initiates the 10-second count. The 3 students remain on the ground, not unconscious, freed. Team Urameshi secures the victory through a technical, non-lethal knockout. The crowd does not understand what just happened. But the Toguro brothers do, and they are watching very carefully. With the tournament match officially concluded, the rules no longer protect Dr. Ichigaki, and he knows it. Desperate, cornered, and stripped of his weapons, Ichigaki injects himself with his own mutagenic serum. He transforms into a massive monstrosity, the last resort of a coward who built his entire operation on controlling others because he could never fight for himself. But the transformation doesn't matter, because Yusuke's raw brawler instinct, the same blunt force approach that was wrong for the previous fight, is now exactly right. There are no hostages to protect, no innocence in the crossfire, no moral dilemma. Ichigaki is brutally dismantled by a team no longer holding back. The catharsis is total. The retribution is earned. And for the first time in this tournament, the violence feels righteous because the target deserves every hit. The mind versus heart conflict resolves in total victory for Team Urameshi. But the real victory is not the win record, it is what they gained. En, Ryo, and Kai, M1, M2, and M3 are freed from the Bloodslayer nodes and survive the ordeal. Kurama, having dealt with Ichigaki's operatives outside the arena, successfully administers the cure to Master Mitamura. The students get their teacher back, the teacher gets his students back, and Dr. Ichigaki's biological weapons are transformed into loyal allies for Yusuke Urameshi in the upcoming rounds. Round 2 didn't just test Team Urameshi's combat ability, it tested whether they could win without becoming the thing they were fighting against, whether they could hold onto their humanity in a tournament designed to strip it away. They passed. This is blood, neon, and spirit energy. Part 2. The Dark Tournament is far from over, and what the Toguro brothers have planned will make this round look like mercy. This has been a Galaxybreyne breakdown.